The following is an excerpt from an interview of a former slave, William Gant, Forest City, Arkansas. Age 101. I was 101 years old last Sunday, 1938. I was born in Bedford County, Middle Tennessee. My parents' names were Judy and Abraham Gant. They had the same master. They had 3 boys and 2 girls. Our owners was Jim Gant and Elizabeth Gant. Ma had several children, 4 gals and 3 boys. We called her Miss Betsy. Jim Gant owned 700 acres of good land in one body and some more land somewhere else. My young masters and mistresses was Melindy, Jenny, Betsy, Mary, Jim, John, Andy. They had 25 or 30 slaves, I know. He was pretty good to his slaves. He didn't whip much. Give him 3 or 4 licks. He fed them all well. We had warm clothes in the winter. I never seen nobody sold. My brothers and sisters divided out. Miss Betsy was a young mistress. I could see all my folks. I never seen no hard times in my life. I had to work or be called lazy. I loved to work. I've been in the field when the sun come up and got part, my plowing done. Go back to the house and eat and feed my mule. Rest around in the shade. Folks didn't used to dread work so bad like they do now. I lay down and rest in the heat of the day. They had 3 big shades for us Negroes to rest under, eat under, spring water to drink. I plowed till dark. I couldn't see to get them to the barn. We had lighted knots to feed by. The feed being the troughs in the water and a big trough in the lot ready. My supper would be hot too. It would be all I could eat too. Yes, I'd be tired, but I could sleep till next morning. We had big to-dos along over the country. White and black could go sometimes. Picnics and preaches, mostly what I wanted to. Sometimes it was to a house overing, corn shucking, corn shelling, or log rolling. We went on hunts at night, son. Sassy Negroes got the most licks. I was never sassy. I never got a mighty few licks from nobody. We were slaves, and that's all about to say. I learned to fiddle after the fiddler on the place. Uncle Jim was the fiddler. Andy Jackson, the white boy, raised him. He learned him how to read and write in slavery. After slavery, I went to learn from Negro man at night. I learned a little bit. My master wouldn't care if we had learned to read and write, but the white folks had tuition school. Some had a teacher hired by to teach, and a few of them about. I could learn if I had been around somebody who knows something. He read to us some. He read places in his Bible. Anything we have to ask him. We didn't have any books or papers. I love to play my fiddle though, call figures, and tell everyone what to do. I didn't take stock in reading and writing after the war. My parents had the name of being a good set of Negroes. She was raised by my folks named Morrow and Pa, folks named Strahorn. When Ma was a little gal, the Morrows brought her to Tennessee. My parents were both raised in South Carolina by the Morrows and the Strayhorns. I was 20 years old in the war. They had a big battle 7 to 8 miles from our homes. It started at daylight Sunday morning and lasted till Monday evening. I think it was Bragg and Buell. The North whooped. It was a roar and shake, and we could hear the big guns playing. It was in Hardin County, close to Savannah, Tennessee. It was times to be scared. We was all distressed. My mother died, left her a widow. We farmed, make 30 or 40 acres of wheat, 75 acres of oats, some rye. I pulled fodder all day and take it down at night while the dude would keep it up in the bundle, haul it up. We was divided out when the war was on. Somebody killed Master Jim Grant. He was murdered in his own house. They never did know who done it. They had 2 boys at home. One went visiting. They knocked her and the boys senseless. It was at night. They were all knocked in the head. Will Strayhorn owned my wife. He was tolerable and good to his Negroes. Edmund Gant was a black preacher in slavery. He married us. He married us in white folks' yard. They come out and looked at us to marry. I had to ask my master. I had to go to ask her for them. Our children was to be Strayhorn by name. Will own them because my wife belonged to him. My first wife had 5 girls and 3 boys. My wife died. I left both my last 2 wives. I never had no more children but them 8. Freedom. My young master come riding up behind us. We was going in dragging our plows. He told us it was freedom. Yankees took everything. We went to Murray County to get my horse. I went off the next day. The Yankees stayed in Lawrence County. The Yankees burnt Tom Greenfield out. Tom and Jim had joint farms. They took everything he had. Took his darkies all but 2 girls. He left. Jim was good, and they never went about him. Jim stayed at home. I went over there. He put me on his brother's place. I come to Arkansas by train. I come to Jackson, Tennessee, then to Forest City, and brought my family. My baby child was grown and married. The Ku Klux never bothered me. It was a mighty little I ever seen of them. I've never had a hard time. I have worked hard. I've been plowing, hoeing, cradling grain, picking cotton all my life. I love to plow and cradle grain. I love to work. There's a big difference now in the way I was raised up. I used to be whooped and made mine. They learned how to work. Now the times run away from people. They used to buy what they couldn't raise in barrels. Now they buy them little dabs. I ain't used to it. White folks do as they please and the darkies do as they can. Everybody greedy and as he can be seem like me. Laziness coming on more and more every year as they grow up. I ain't got a lazy bone in me. I'm serving, praising my Lord every day and getting ready to go over in the next world.